Nicholas II, the last Tsar. Nikolai, or Nicholas, Romanov, was born on May the 18th, 1868. He was the eldest son of Alexander III and Maria Fyodorovna. After his father died of liver failure on November the 1st, 1894, Nicholas became the new Tsar. He married Alexandra of Hesse, Queen Victoria's granddaughter, and they had 5 children: Olga, Tatiana, Maria, Anastasia, and Alexei. Alexei, the youngest son, who was born in 1904, became the heir to the throne. Tsar Nicholas was an absolute ruler who wanted to have control over every aspect of Russian society. He was an autocrat who never accepted requests for reforms and never listened to his people. He also believed in the divine right, which means that the right to rule the country came directly from God. During his reign, Russia was in desperate need of economic and agricultural reforms. Remember that Russia was an enormous empire, and this empire included many different nationalities. Apart from this, Russia had some other problems. There was no basic education or land for all of the people. While 80% of the people were poor peasants, the aristocracy owned 25% of the land. Protests were dealt with brutally. There was persecution of political opponents and anti-Semitism. In 1905, Russia was defeated in a war against Japan. This caused a demonstration on the 22nd of January, sadly known as Bloody Sunday. This demonstration took place outside the Winter Palace, which was the royal residence in St. Petersburg. It was led by Father Gapon and included around 200,000 protesters who wanted to give a petition to the Tsar, but Nicholas was not there. The army and the Cossacks who were protecting the Winter Palace opened fire and killed around 100 people. This tragic event forced Nicholas to establish basic rights, and a Duma, which was an elected parliament, was formed. In his October manifesto, the Tsar offered the people the right to free speech and the right to form political parties. One of these political groups was the Social Democratic Party, which followed the ideas of Karl Marx. Karl Marx was a German writer and political philosopher whose ideas had an important influence on the politics in the 20th century. He established the principles of communism in the Communist Manifesto, which he wrote with Friedrich Engels in 1848. The Social Democratic Party divided into 2 groups: the Bolsheviks, who believed it was the duty of the party to create a revolution, and the Mensheviks, who believed Russia was not ready for revolution yet. There were 2 important figures in these groups: Vladimir Lenin, who was the leader of the Bolsheviks, and Leon Trotsky, who supported the Mensheviks. As opponents of the government, Lenin and Trotsky had to live outside Russia until the Bolshevik Revolution of 1917.